I need to ask you something, and I want you to actually think about it before you keep watching. Do you ever feel completely fine on paper, but empty on the inside? Your job is okay, your relationships are okay, nothing is technically wrong. And yet some nights, you lie there and you feel this quiet, hollow ache, like something is missing, but you can't name what it is. If that's you, I need you to watch this entire video, because what I'm about to explain isn't something most people ever figure out. And once you understand it, you'll never see your own emptiness the same way again. Let's start with the truth. Emptiness is not the absence of things. It's the absence of meaning. You can have a good job and still feel empty if that job doesn't connect to anything you actually value. You can have people around you and still feel empty if none of those relationships go beneath the surface. You can achieve every goal you set for yourself and still feel empty if you never once asked why you wanted those goals in the first place. This is the part almost nobody tells you. You were taught to chase things, grades, money, approval, a title, a relationship status, and you were never once taught to ask what any of it was actually for. So you chased and eventually you arrived somewhere and you looked around and felt nothing. That feeling has a name. It's called the arrival fallacy, the belief that once you get carried there, wherever there is, you'll finally feel whole. But there is no there. There's only here. And if you don't know how to feel whole here, you won't feel whole there either. Let's slow down and really sit with this. Think about the last time you achieved something you wanted, a promotion, a purchase, a milestone. Do you remember how long the feeling actually lasted? For most people, it's days, sometimes hours, and then the mind quietly moves the goalpost and starts chasing the next thing. This isn't a personal failure, it's how the human mind is built. It's called hedonic adaptation. You adapt to good things almost as fast as you adapt to bad ones, which means chasing external achievement as a cure for emptiness will never actually work, because the moment you catch it, your mind already stops feeling satisfied and starts looking for the next target. So if achievement doesn't fill the emptiness, what does? This is the real answer, and it's simpler than you'd expect, but harder to actually live. Meaning doesn't come from what you have, it comes from what you're connected to. Connected to people deeply, not just socially. Connected to values you actually believe in, not ones you inherited without question. Connected to something bigger than your own immediate comfort. Most people fill their life with noise instead of connection. Constant scrolling, constant busyness, constant low-grade distraction. Not because they enjoy it, but because silence forces them to sit with the emptiness they've been avoiding. Here's something worth really thinking about. If you removed every distraction from your life right now, your phone, your work, your plans, and you were simply alone with your own thoughts for one full hour, would you feel at peace? Or would you feel a quiet panic, looking for anything to fill the space? That answer tells you a lot about where you actually stand with yourself. Most people fill their life with noise instead of connection. Constant scrolling, constant busyness, constant low-grade distraction. Not because they enjoy it, but because silence forces them to sit with the emptiness they've been avoiding. Here's something worth really thinking about. If you removed every distraction from your life right now, your phone, your work, your plans, and you were simply alone with your own thoughts for one full hour, would you feel at peace? Or would you feel a quiet panic, looking for anything to fill the space? That answer tells you a lot about where you actually stand with yourself. Let's talk about why modern life makes this so much worse. We live in a world engineered for constant stimulation, notifications, short videos, endless comparison. Every platform you open is competing for your attention. And the easiest way to win your attention is to keep you slightly unsatisfied, so you keep coming back for more. This means most people spend their entire day being pulled outward, toward screens, toward other people's lives, toward the next thing to consume, and almost no time being pulled inward, toward their own thoughts, their own values, their own sense of what actually matters to them. Emptiness grows in that gap. The gap between a life lived entirely outward and a self that's never been given space to actually exist. Now let's talk about what actually helps, not quick fixes, real shifts. The first shift: stop asking how's what do I want and start asking how's what do I value. Wanting is endless. You can always want more. A better job, more money, a better body. Wanting has no finish line because it's designed not to have one. Values are different. Values are things like honesty, connection, growth, contribution, presence. You can actually live a value today, right now, regardless of your circumstances. You don't need a better job to live the value of honesty today. You don't need more money to live the value of presence with the people around you today. Values are available to you immediately. Wants are always somewhere out in the future. This is why people who build their life around values tend to feel more whole than people who build their life around achievements. Achievements are finish lines. Values are directions. And you can walk in a direction and feel meaning in the walking itself without ever needing to wax arrive. The second shift: build depth in at least one relationship. Not more relationships, deeper ones. You can know 100 people casually and still feel completely alone. But if there is even one person in your life who truly knows you, the real you, not the curated version, that single relationship can hold more meaning than 100 surface-level ones combined. If you don't have that right now, that's not a life sentence. It's simply information. It tells you where your actual work is, not chasing more people, going deeper with the ones already around you, or being brave enough to be truly seen by someone new. The third shift: reconnect with something bigger than your immediate comfort. This looks different for everyone. For some people, it's contributing to other people's lives in a real way. For some, it's creating something that outlasts them. For some, it's a spiritual or philosophical practice that connects them to something beyond their daily grind. The common thread is this: emptiness shrinks the moment your life stops being only about you and starts being connected to something beyond your own immediate wants. This doesn't mean self-sacrifice or ignoring your own needs. It means understanding that a life lived only inward, only for personal comfort, tends to feel hollow, no matter how comfortable it gets. Let's talk about something important. Emptiness is not always a problem to be fixed immediately. Sometimes it's a signal. It's your mind telling you that the current version of your life, however good it looks from the outside, is missing something real on the inside. That's not weakness. That's honesty. Most people never even get that signal because they're too busy distracting themselves to notice it. The fact that you feel this, the fact that you're even watching this video, means part of you is still paying attention, still asking real questions. That's not something to be ashamed of. That's actually rare. Here's a way to think about this that might help you hold on to it. Imagine your life as a house. You can spend your whole life adding more rooms, bigger rooms, nicer furniture, more impressive rooms that other people admire when they visit. But if no one actually lives in those rooms, if you never sit in them, never feel present in them, they're just empty space. No matter how beautiful they look. Meaning isn't about how many rooms your house has. It's about whether you're actually present, actually living inside the rooms you already have. Now let's talk about what to actually do with this, practically, starting today. First, give yourself real silence, not silence with your phone nearby, actual silence. 10 minutes. No input, just you and your own thoughts. This will feel uncomfortable at first if you're not used to it. That discomfort is not a sign you're doing it wrong. It's a sign you've been avoiding this for a long time, and your mind is finally catching up with feelings it hasn't had space to process. Second, pick one relationship and go deeper this week, not more relationships. 1. Have an honest conversation. Ask a real question. Share something true instead of something safe. Third, write down honestly what you actually value, not what you think you should value. What genuinely matters to you underneath everything you've been taught to want. Then ask yourself, is my daily life actually connected to these values, or have I been chasing things that have nothing to do with what I actually care about? That question alone, asked honestly, can start dissolving emptiness faster than any achievement ever could. Let me leave you with this. You are not broken because you feel empty, even when your life looks fine from the outside. You are simply a person who has been living outward, in a world built to keep you living outward, without ever being given the space or the permission to turn inward and ask what actually matters. Emptiness is not the end of the story. It's often the beginning of a more honest one, the version of your life built on values instead of validation, on depth instead of noise, on presence instead of constant chasing. You don't need a completely different life to stop feeling empty. You need a more honest relationship with the life you already have. Start small. Start today. 10 minutes of silence, one honest conversation, one value you actually live by instead of just believing in. That's how emptiness starts to fill. Not all at once, quietly, slowly, the same way it emptied out in the first place. If this meant something to you, you're not alone in feeling this. More people feel this way than you'd ever guess. They simply never say it out loud. If you're new here, this channel is called Withinism. We talk about things like this every week, the struggles nobody says out loud, and how to actually work through them using ideas that have held up for thousands of years. If this video helped you even a little, subscribe. Not for me, for the version of you that might need to hear this again on a harder day. And if someone in your life comes to mind while watching this, someone who might be quietly feeling this too, send this to them. You never know what a video like this can do for someone at the right moment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.